assembly, you already provided a video on your house. Is there any evidence that the county assembly ever caught fire? And if it did, how come you still went on to spend the night there and still use the chamber the next day? And secondly, on the diseases of the cows, I believe these cows are owned by individuals and they are also associated with a cooperative society. When a disease breaks out, do the owner of the animals immediately seek their own private vet, or will take a long process to go to the county government, whereby the county government then has to go through a procurement process? What would be the most logical thing to do for an owner of a cow which gets sick? And we saw those videos, the people complaining, whether they will immediately go on to deal with it, or look for the county government is a long route. And finally, on Buri, you showed a video on Buri, and somebody said that Buri will burn down. Can you confirm to the Senate whether the whole of Buri sub-county was burned down? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Okoli.
Thank you very much.
Madam Zipora, you will wait for the second set of questions from Senator Okoli, then you answer both at once.
Asante Mheshimiwa Spika. Ningependa kumuuliza Mheshimiwa MCA, katika mkutano wa wakulima pale ambapo ng'ombe walikuwa wanafariki kutokana na ugonjwa wa ngozi. Mheshimiwa Spika, naomba utulivu kati ya viongozi wenzangu.
Majority Leader and Senator Cherargei, please allow Senator Wafula to be heard in silence.
Asante Mheshimiwa Spika. Ningependa kujua iwapo katika mkutano huo kulikuwa na maafisa wa kaunti ambao walijiunga nawe kushuhudia vifo vya ng'ombe na mifugo kwa sababu ya maradhi ya ngozi. Na jambo la pili, katika jumba la county pale ambapo mlikesha usiku kwa sababu ya hofu ya kushambuliwa, iliweza kunakiliwa katika vitabu vya jumba lenu la wakilishaji wa wadi kwamba maisha yenu yako hatarini, na kwamba tukiangalia stakabadhi za chumba chenu tutaweza kuthibitisha kwamba ni haki na ni ukweli kwamba viongozi walikuwa wametafuta hifadhi kwa sababu ya shutuma ama vitisho mlivyokuwa mnapata kutokana na kazi ambayo mlikuwa mmejitwika katika kaunti yenu. Asante Mheshimiwa Speaker.
You may now proceed to respond to those questions.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker and the Honorable Senators. On about the fire in the Assembly, I submit that I was inside the Assembly and the fire started, the fire, I saw the fire on the roof of the Assembly from inside. And I submit that a report was made, a report on the occurrence was made at the Meru Police Station. And Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, I submit that the County Assembly of Meru has a CCTV footage, although I did not have adequate time to extract the CCTV footage. It can be evidence and good evidence and can really give us the evidence on how the Assembly was touched. Then on the disease, I would want to know that it is true that the individual farmers take care of their animals, especially when the animals have some problems. But I submit that the issue of vaccination is a very, very big issue that is usually done by the government simply because the farmers cannot be able to keep those vaccines. There is no single practitioner, private practitioner who vaccinates the cows. the practitioners cannot. Number two, the farmers may not be able to. To afford the vaccines, which are very expensive, and actually in the past, as it is the standard practice, the government subsidizes the vaccinations to ensure even these diseases do not spread. Because a disease can be read by a farmer who is ignorant, and then it spreads, and this disease wipes out all the cows. Then I would also want to submit on the third issue about Bore. The public participation in Bore that the officer is purporting to disrupt. He tried to disrupt the public participation, but our staff from the county assembly tried to insist on those that wanted to participate to write memorandums, written memorandums. So from Bore sub-county, we relied heavily on written memorandums because many of the participants shied away from the public participation venues because of the same threats. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Sorry, the second question. I'm sorry, Honorable Speaker and the members.
Proceed.
Then on the second one, about the disease, I submit that I did not say there was a meeting. I said these farmers consulted me or talked to me about their plight. They explained to me that they suffered these losses, and we did not have any meeting. And I submitted that immediately I got the report. I called the director, livestock production and veterinary services, to find out why the county, as it is the norm, was not vaccinating cows at this particular time. And that is the great effort that I made, and it was to no avail because we did not get any assistance. On the county assembly, again, I have noted that the county assembly, the reports by the investigators indicated that it was a petrol bomb, and I read those charges here. It was a petrol bomb that was thrown. It was actually, retrieved by the investigators, and they have it as part of their evidence as they were charging these criminals. And again, I would want to say, I submitted that the members of the county assembly, including I, were feeling threatened, and that is exactly why the members of the county assembly slept in the chamber in order to be able to secure their security. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Senator Osotsi Godfrey. And after Senator Osotsi, we'll have Senator Kinywa. Then you will answer to those two senators.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have two clarifications. The first clarification, Mr. Speaker, is on the petition number 5 by the members of the public to the County Assembly of Meru, which was filed on the 15th November 2023. Mr. Speaker, you note that this was just 7 days after the last impeachment, which we had done on the 8th of November. So I'd like to find out from the witness whether you find this to be a bit sinister, because this particular petition was calling for the impeachment of various CECs and various chief officers by the county assembly, and their further dismissal by the governor. Was this a continuation of your effort to derail the county government of Meru?
The issue number 2 is that, Mr. Speaker, the witness confirmed to this House that she's a member of the PAC committee. And being a member of the PAC committee, obviously she has interacted with the Public Audit Act, which, if you read under Section 31, Section 50, and Section 53 of the Public Audit Act, it is very clear that the report of the Auditor General has to be considered, processed, and reported to in the County Assembly. And
Senator Osotsi, your time is up. You've asked the first question. Senator Kinyua, kindly ask your share of questions.
Asante Bwana Spika. Swali langu ni kwanza, Bwana Spika, katika kanda za video ambazo
Order, honorable senators. Order, honorable members. Let's have Senator Kinyua heard in silence.
Bwana Spika, katika kanda za video tulizoonyeshwa hapa, tulionyeshwa ya kwamba Governor Kawira akisema ya kwamba kuna pesa ambazo zimechangwa. Bwana Spika, ilinikanganya kidogo kwa sababu iko mahali alipokuwa akiongea na Kimeru, alisema ya kwamba pesa ambazo zimekusanywa ni milioni 87. Lakini akiongea katika lugha ya Kiswahili alisema pesa ambazo zimekusanywa ni milioni 60, na ndiposa alikuwa akisema ya kwamba zinaweza zikajenga nyumba ya orofa kwa yule mjane, hata vile vile anunuliwe gari. Bwana Spika, katika video nyingine, kanda nyingine ya video, nikamsikia MCA akisema ya kwamba Governor wa Meru ni wazimu. Lakini baadaye alipokuwa akiulizwa hapa akasema ya kwamba alinukuliwa vibaya, Bwana Spika. Sasa mimi nashindwa kama yeye mwenyewe alimnukuu Governor wa Governor wa Meru na kusema ya kwamba yeye Governor wa Meru amesema mambo mawili ambayo haambatani. Pesa zilizokusanywa ni milioni 87. Tena kwa Kiswahili nikasikia akisema yeye anaweza kusema alinukuliwa vibaya kwa sababu inaonekana wazi ya kwamba amesema mambo mawili. Akiongea na Kimeru akasema tofauti, akiongea na Kiswahili akasema tofauti. Yeye mwenyewe anaweza kusema ya kwamba alinukuliwa vibaya, Bwana Spika, katika lile tuhuma ambayo imeletwa katika Senate hii. Nashukuru Bwana Spika.
Zipora responds to those 2 questions.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Senators. The question on petition number 5 that was presented to the County Assembly on 15th November 2023. I may not be in a position to explain whether it was a sinister motive, because the members of the public that presented this petition did it on their own variation, and the petition number 5 the petition number 5 was committed by the Speaker of the County Assembly of Meru to a joint committee on labor and justice of 2 committees that I'm not a member. So just like any other person, I consumed that report, just like any other member of the County Assembly who is not a member of that committee, those 2 committees. I consumed that report, Honorable Speaker and the members, only on the day it was tabled on the floor of the House. So about the sinister motive, Honorable Chair and Honorable members, I may not be able to explain, because I consumed the report on the floor of the Honorable Assembly. Number 2, I submit I'm a member of the Public Accounts Committee, and it is true that the section that has just been quoted is indeed correct, but I submit that apart from that section, Honorable Speaker and Honorable members, Section Article 229(6) also indicates that an audit report can indeed be considered by the county assembly, but the Article 229 indicates that it is clear that the audit report is final. So in this regard, I want to submit that in the audit report, it was clearly indicated that the management of the county government of Meru was in breach of the law. So I do not really feel that the county assembly could have said the management is not in the breach of the law. Then the next questions from Senator Kawira. Honorable Speaker and Honorable Senators, the video about 86 million, the governor talks about a contribution of 86 million. About the 60 million, the governor is not giving two, in the video the governor is not giving two amounts. She only said if that money is not above 60 million, then those who are collecting that money are in Kiswahili akasema ni wakora na ni wezi. That is what she insinuated. She did not give two figures, Honorable Senator. And I believe it is the governor that can speak for herself whether she was taken out of context or not. But I submit that in the video that I am talking, I submit that video, Honorable Senators and Honorable Speaker and Honorable Senators, it was a media interview that I had taken for more than an hour. I had taken more than an hour to do that media interview. Although I said I cannot remember the dates, I submit that I had talked about so many governance issues that if that video was played in full, I would be able to explain the context, the circumstances under which I made that comment. That is why I feel it was out of context. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Answered the questions. Senator Okech Eddy and Senator Mundigi, in that order.
Thank you, Chair. I know it has been a long day. Witness, I'll be brief. Two brief questions. You have confirmed that you belong to the Committee of Park in the Assembly.
Indeed.
I wanted to know, in your own understanding and your own knowledge, whether all the MCAs in Meru County, those who voted for and those who have voted against this impeachment, in your best of knowledge, all belongs to committees. And if they don't belong to any committees, would you advise this House under what circumstances those that don't belong, don't belong? And then the last question is on PAC, still on PAC. The question that you are asked by Senator Sosi is still not exhaustive to me. And if you look at Article 2298 of the Constitution, read together with Section 31(5) in particular of the Public Audit Act, the question is more of the responsibility to you as a member of PAC and to the Assembly as a whole, that in your best of knowledge, this is your evidence in chief, in your best knowledge possible, was this report considered and thereafter?
Senator Eddy, your time is up. Senator Mundigi.
Asante, Bwana Spika. Mheshimiwa, swali langu ni kuhusu kilimo. Mambo katika kaunti zote, kila kaunti iko na kamati ya kilimo na mifugo. Ng'ombe 20 ilikufa na ng'ombe moja ilikuwa inatoka shilingi 1200 kwa kijiji moja, na kila kijiji iko na mbuzi na kondoo, pia hata ngamia, hata punda. Wakati ugonjwa iliingia mpaka ilishika isile vitu. Swali langu, mliweza kama ile kamati ya kilimo na mifugo iliweza kutembea kona zote katika Meru County na kufanya hesabu kuona ni mifugo ngapi imekufa, ndio tuweze kujua kama uchumi wa Meru mlikuwa naisaidia ama ilikuwa narudi chini, kwa sababu kulingana na ng'ombe 20 kwa shilingi 1200, hiyo ni milioni 4. Ukihesabu kwa county, kwa ward zenu mko na ward 45, hiyo pesa inakuja kiwango ya juu sana. Mliweza kufanya hesabu, mliweza kupata wakati wa kusaidia ama mlifanya namna gani ndio muweze kuinua uchumi wa Meru juu ya hizi mifugo? Asante Bwana Speaker.
Madam Zipora, respond to those questions.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Senators. I would want to confirm that about the committees, about the members of the County Assembly who did not support this impeachment and their membership in the committees, I would want to confirm that all the members who did not support this impeachment are in committees, Honorable Speaker and members. And as I said in the morning, I can start with the first committee, the Select Committee on Budget, in our volume 6 of the County Assembly documents. The County Assembly documents. Number 1, we have Honorable Jacob Muirigi Modhuri, who is the chairperson of the Budget Committee, and he did not support this impeachment. He did not support this impeachment. Then we have on the same list, Honorable Speaker and Honorable members, we have, and actually they voted against this impeachment. Number 14 on page 7 of volume 6, we have an honorable member, Martin Kimadi Moriongi, honorable member for Timau. He is a member of the Budget Committee and did not support the impeachment of the governor of Meru. On that list, Honorable Speaker and members, the last one is Honorable Jennifer McKenna Morogocho. She voted against this motion and she's a member of the Budget Committee. If you allow me, I can go to the other committees, Honorable Speaker and members, and I submit there is no member of the County Assembly.
I am speaking to you. You do not need to go to those other committees.
I'm sorry, Honorable Chair. I'm sorry.
Proceed to the next.
Yes. On the other issue of the PAC section, that one, honorable members, I stand guided. Section 30. Sorry, the honorable senator can just repeat that question and give me the section that he referred to. I'm sorry I did not get it right, Honorable Chair.
Senator Eddie, do you want to give
yes, please,
sections and the relevant article of the Constitution?
Yes.
Chair, thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. I'll be very fast. I referred to section 229, subsection 8 of the Constitution, and Public Audits Act, section 31(5). And it's a very simple question. It's a matter of responsibility over such report that is supposed to be considered, debated, and action taken about it by the Assembly. I'm asking you, in your base of knowledge, both in your committee that you sit in and the Assembly, did you consider this, debate it, and took action on that particular report, which is your report, which is actually your evidence in chief in this matter? If not so, are you inviting the Senate to do the work of the Assembly?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker and Honorable members. I earlier on submitted that even if the audit report indeed should be considered by the County Assembly, still Article 229(6) is very clear that the audit report is final. And under no circumstances, in my own opinion, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Senators, the County Assembly of Meru can negate a decision that has been made in the Auditor General's report. My view.
All right, respond to the second set of questions. That was actually one question by Senator Mudige.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker and Honorable members. The question on the loss of around 4 million, because the farmer is talking about the 200,020 cows. Honorable Speaker and Honorable members, personally I don't belong to the Agriculture Committee, but I can say that a number of reports have been tabled in the County Assembly in respect to management of livestock and livestock development and other aspects of agricultural activities in Meru County. And I cannot single out one that is specifically for the lost animals, but I can assure this House a number of reports have been tabled in the County Assembly of Meru, considered recommendations given to the County Executive, and they all await implementation. Thank you, Honorable.
Thank you so much, Zipporah. Honorable members, just for purposes of time management, I have got an indication that certain members have got questions with regards to the other witnesses other than the witness on the stand. I would like to know, for purposes of now allowing who to speak from the dashboard, because I have got only one so far, and we have expended 30 minutes of the 1 hour that is available. So kindly give that indication so that we can get to know how to manage the time with Madam Zipporah. For now, Senator Beth Sionko and Senator Munkatana, in that order, can ask their questions.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to ask Honorable Zipporah 2 questions. But before I ask the questions, Mr. Speaker, allow me to make this declaration. It is interesting.
Senator Beth, ask the question.
It is interesting, Mr. Speaker, for a woman to bring a motion against another woman, and it also to line up 3 women witnesses against another woman. The first question, in regards to video VKM 09. Madam Zipporah, you declared the county, the governor's seat vacant. The question is, I know you are not speaking for IEBC anyway, but I want to ask, if you have been operating as a member of county assembly and with other members of county assembly, have you been acting on a county that has no governor? Secondly, on the fire that was on your compound, did you say that the watchman was the one who was taking the video? Thank you.
Senator Mungatana.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The clarification I was seeking, Mr. Speaker, is that Maybe first I want to say it pains me as Senator for Tana River, and it pains this Senate indeed that we are where we are again on this matter. And we want to help the people of Meru. Sincerely, your video
Senator Mungatana,
was saying,
ask
the video was saying that even if we return this matter, you will go for 6 times. So the question I wanted to ask is that, is there a deeper problem in Meru? And do you think that by sending away the governor, we shall resolve this problem on behalf of the people of Meru, or are we making the problem worse? Just clarify my mind on that. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Madam Zipporah, respond to the question.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker and Honorable members for those questions. And I will start with the first one. Although it's not a question, it was a comment, and I believe it was directed to me. About a woman removing another woman from the office. I submit to this Honorable
Madam
House.
Zipporah,
Yes.
that was a comment. Respond to the question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
On the video, on the video that I referred to, and I sent the position is vacant. I submitted here that in all those videos, again, I had a media interview of more than 1 hour, and because I said the videos are not dated, I could not be able to extract the videos and exactly get what I talked about. That's just a small extract of 20 seconds. And I want to submit to this House, I must have raised very serious governance issues during that media interviews, and I cannot really remember under which context that one was said. And that is exactly why I said I could have been taken out of context. I again submit that I never said my watchman took the video. Indeed, the video was retrieved from the CCTV cameras from my home. I didn't say the videos were taken by the watchman. I submitted that the watchman had something fall because he was not far, and he went to check what and foreign, and he found the fire. That was my initial submission, and I still insist that is the position. Then, on the 6 times from Honorable Senator Mungatana, I would want to note that it is not about the many times that the governor of Meru is impeached. It is about fighting for good governance. It is about fighting for accountability. It is about fighting for delivery of services in Meru County. It is about someone taking responsibility for for the position somebody is given. It is not about witch hunt. It is not about anything. I think that one shows the determination that we need a Meru County that is functional, a Meru County where services are being delivered, where the officers, where the county government is serving the people of Meru. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Kajwang Moses, and thereafter, Senator Mutinda Tabitha.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to be very direct and go to the exhibits that were submitted by the County Assembly. On page 353 of Volume 2, you took us there to illustrate or to demonstrate that the wage bill grew by 500 million Kenya shillings from 4.4 billion to 4.9 billion. My question is, did the Assembly approve the 4.9 billion budget? Or was the 500 million excess expenditure over and above what the Assembly approved? Number two, on page 375 of volume 2, you have a schedule there showing the transfers that were made to the various entities. These entities include the Meru Investment and Development Corporation, the Meru County Revenue Board, the Meru Youth Service, and Meru Microfinance Corporation, which in your submission, you said the governor violated the constitution by not appointing the chairs of the boards. At the same time, on page 375, we have the report of the Auditor General showing 699 million, close to 700 million Kenya shillings, was transferred to some of these bodies. Did the Assembly approve the 699 million transfer? And if the Assembly did approve it, then what then would be the matter of saying that the boards were not effective due to the non-appointment? Finally, you took us to Section 58 of the County Governments Act that talks about the CEO of the County Public Service Board. Now, I want to get your views on Section 56 and 57 of the same Act. The head of the County Public Service is the County Secretary. The County Public Service Board works with the County Secretary to ensure that...
Senator Kajang, your time is up. Senator Mutinda.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Zipporah.
Yes.
Clause 4 of the Meru County Revenue Board indicates that there shall be an established board. Clause 6 talks about the composition of the board, and it further emphasizes that the Act therefore requires the board to have a chair. So, since you're a member of the PAC, as you've stated before this House, did you have any opportunity to have audit query in regards to how funds were allocated or how funds were approved? Because we've seen that funds have been utilized. Putting in mind Chapter 229(6) of the Constitution says that an audit report shall confirm whether or not public money has been applied lawfully and in any ineffective way. Lastly, after the second impeachment of the Meru governor, as the County Assembly, what remedy did you put in place as the leaders and the MCAs of the Assembly to ensure that you sort the issues of Meru County once and for all?
Proceed to respond to those questions, Zipporah.
Thank you,
And
Honorable
be mindful of the time.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members. Indeed, the first question, the Assembly approved the funds, whereas it is the work of the Assembly, of the County Assembly, to approve the funds, whereas it is the responsibility of the County Assembly to approve the funds. Section 30 of the County Government Act mandates the governor of any county to be accountable for the management of and use of the county resources. So I submit to this Honorable House that the County Assembly allocates, and then the governor together with the county executive is to ensure prudent is to be accountable for the management of the use of the county resources. It is not the responsibility of the County Assembly to manage the resources. It is the work of the governor herself, according to that section, together with the staff that the governor supervises. 2, about the Meru county bonds that have not been operational because they were not constituted, I submit that the County Assembly of Meru, through various communications from the clerk of the County Assembly, continued communicating to the county executive that they needed to submit documents to the county assembly to enable the county assembly carry out its mandate, documents that were never received. Similarly, as I've said, it is the work of the county executive to use the funds allocated well. On the issues, the third question, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, it is on the CEO of the Public Service Board and the county secretary. These two offices in county public service, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, have distinct functions. They have distinct functions where the board is mandated to recruit, to recruit through interviews, and then after recruitment, it is the county secretary now who deploys, who supervises and does the other. So the two have different distinct functions. Only that they work very closely. Then the other question from Senator Mutinda is still on the chairperson of the boards, and I believe I have already submitted that it is the responsibility of the governor of Meru County and the other officers to ensure the bonds are legally constituted. It is not the duty of the county assembly of Meru. The remedy about this issue, I've already submitted that the county assembly has really worked so hard to implore on the county executive to carry out the mandate of the county executive in order to make even our work as the county assembly very easy. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable members, you've got 12 minutes remaining to conclude this session. And let's be mindful of the time once you're allowed to ask your clarification. Senator Ledama and Senator Tobiko.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me start by asking the witness to clarify on her last submissions on the failure by the county government to be able to appoint people in these boards. And I want to take the witness to volume 1B, page 53. We look at page 53. I don't know whether you've had a chance to look at it. And Mr. Speaker, this minute of 2 minutes is actually doing us a big disservice. I want you to tell me what page 53, page 57, page 58, page 60, page 61, page 62, page 65, and page 67 of the governor's response, volume 1B, in terms of the responsibility of the county government, no, the responsibility of the assembly when it comes to the issue of confirming those nominees. Did, volume 1B, did the county assembly ignore the request by the county executive to be able to confirm that? Refer to those and then tell us what that equates to. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, I want to understand whether impeachment equates to oversight. Because in your submission, when you are being taken through your video 17, you are asked by your lawyer in your evidence in chief what you meant by it is in the business of the assembly to impeach. You changed your mind, and then later on you said it is the business of the county to oversight. Mr. Speaker, finally, which is very, very important, and I hate the fact that we have so many little time. If on the issue that you were asked by Senator Kajwang in terms of the documents that you presented, what should the executive do if the county assembly fails to approve, one, the nominees? Do those departments stay without operational? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Perez Tobiko.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, very quickly, I'm very curious and I wanted the good lady MCA to confirm to us, when is it exactly that she started feeling very insecure to have CCTV in her home, and also for how long she has had a watchman in her home, Mr. Speaker, and that she needs to confirm that indeed the video we watched of a small portion of her home burning is from a CCTV download. Because, Mr. Speaker, not many Kenyans do have, that level of security apparatus. Mr. Speaker, two, of the County Assembly bundle of documents, there was a page we were referred to, page 31 of 173, a list of, directors. And of the directors, she said, are very low in scale, but are, acting as directors. Have they attached letters of appointments of these directors for the Senate to confirm? Thank you.
Proceed to respond to those questions, Zipporah.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker and honorable members. On the first issue, is about I am starting with the first issue. The first issue is on the governor's document, or the governor's document volume 1. Indeed, it is true. It is true that there are some nominees that were forwarded to the county assembly for vetting. But immediately after the nominees were forwarded for the vetting, immediately after the nominees were forwarded for the vetting, the clerk of the county assembly, through a letter in our volume 2, page 61, wrote back to the county executive and requested for more information, clarification regarding the existence of vacancies in the offices within which the nominations were being made. And yes, that was, yes.
Senator Olekina.
Point of order. I think it's important that the witness referred to the pages that I led her to, because it is specific to the board appointments. If you look at page 53.
Very well.
So we wanted
witness,
to be very clear on that, not to say that, we just want clarity.
Very well. Witness, please go to those specific pages that you were referred to as you make your responses.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Senators. I am referring to the letter that the Honorable Senator is talking about. The letter that the Honorable Senator is talking about in the bundle of the governor's response is on page 53. And I am saying, in response to this letter, Honorable Chair and honorable members, the clerk of the county assembly responded to this letter in our bundle of documents, that is the county assembly bundle of documents, volume 2, on page 61, requesting for more information on the nominees, Honorable Speaker and honorable members. That was on 21st July 2023, and I may not read because of time constraints. Then again, the clerk of the county assembly wrote again to the county government, reminding reminding this is kindly to make a follow-up on the requested information to facilitate the committal of the 400 nominees to the various boards. That was a reminder, Honorable Chair and members, on page 62 of our bundle of documents. And up from that time, Honorable Chair and Honorable members.
What's your point of order, Senator Meru? Give him the microphone.
Honorable Speaker, I think since this is evidence in chief and it will go on record, it is fair that the witness refers to the content of the letter. The letter that the clerk has written would wish to kindly inform you that my office is unable to recommend the same for the appointment to be transmitted to the County Assembly for action. So what the witness is saying, that they wrote to ask for more information, it's actually not accurate. The accurate fact is that the clerk said that the County Assembly is unable to process their vetting since the offices have been occupied by other occupants.
Madam Zipporah, kindly restrict yourself to the contents of the letter in responding to that particular question, and be very, very mindful of the time that is already out now.
Well, guided Honorable Speaker and Honorable members, I read the second letter. Maybe the Honorable member was in the first letter. I'm sorry about that. But my submission is that despite the constant communication, the information was not provided, so it became difficult for the County Assembly of Meru to continue with the process. On the second question, sorry for that, honorable members. On the second question from Senator Orekina on whether impeachment is oversight, the impeachment of a governor is based on violations of the Constitution and other violations of other laws. And in my own opinion, I describe impeachment as part of the oversight, in my own opinion. Then I believe there is no other question from Honorable Senator Orekina. Then I got questions from Honorable Tobiko through the Honorable Speaker and Honorable members. I submit that I did not I did not install a CCTV just because of these insecurities, but my home has been under surveillance of the CCTV camera for the last 5 years. I also submit that I did not secure the services of a watchman because of this. The watchman has worked for me for a number of years. And maybe I can paraphrase it.
Zipporah, proceed to conclude on that response to the question.
Yes, I can say that my home has always been guarded by a watchman. Since when? Since I established it. When was that? In the year 2003. the year 2003, there has been a watchman, although not the same person.
You
there
have
has
already
always been-
answered the question,
Yes.
Madam Zipporah.
Yes,
And you're done?
I'm not done. I have the last one.
Conclude in under 1 minute.
Honorable Chair, the last one is on the directors. I confirm that the document that I've presented in this House is an official document that was submitted to the Honorable House by the CCM, Public Service, Legal Affairs and Legal Affairs. It's an official document that was adopted in the House. So I believed I did not need to have appointment letters because that is a document that was submitted to the House by the CCM in the summons, and therefore the County Assembly adopts it as an authentic document. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you, Madam Zipporah. Now, honorable members, we have fully utilized the 1 hour that had been granted for purposes of clarifications. And therefore, as I directed earlier on, everyone had requested to seek clarification. We cannot be here until midnight. We can't be here. We must limit and manage our time. So that session is done. Madam Zipporah, you are excused from this point. And honorable members, we are proceeding to the next honorable members' order. The chair is speaking. Senator Cherargei, order please. Senator Omogeni, order please. We are closing on that part. We have discharged the witness, and that session is concluded. Honorable members, the next session is with regard to the second witness who'd been summoned. We stood him down for purposes of the document that he was to rely on to be circulated, and that is the witness whom I would like to